Hey there. You probably have a credit card in your wallet right now, or maybe you've been thinking about getting one. And honestly, who wouldn't want one? Free flights, hotel upgrades, cashback on groceries, exclusive discounts, and all those shiny rewards that make you feel like you're gaming the system. Sounds amazing, right? Sounds like the banks are practically giving away free money. But here is the question you need to ask yourself. If credit cards are so generous, why do banks spend billions of dollars every year trying to shove them down your throat? Why are they offering them at malls, at airports, inside your banking app, even pressuring you to sign up with promises of bonus points? Do you really think a multi-billion-dollar industry is just being nice? Come on. Today, we are going to expose the truth. The real reason your bank wants you to carry a credit card balance. And the answer is going to change the way you look at that little piece of plastic forever. We are breaking down how credit cards actually work, the interest-free trap, the psychology of rewards, how your credit score controls your life, and the one strategy that lets you win the game. So, let us get into it, how credit cards actually work. Okay, let us start with the basics, because some of you might not even fully understand what a credit card is, or how it is different from a debit card. A debit card is simple. It is your money. When you swipe your debit card, the money comes straight out of your bank account. You use $100, your balance drops by $100. It is direct, it is instant, it is yours. Now, a credit card is completely different. When you swipe a credit card, you are not using your money. You are borrowing money from the bank. The bank pays the merchant, and you owe the bank that money. Let us break this down with an example. Imagine you have $1,000 in your bank account, and you want to buy a new phone that costs exactly $1,000. If you use your debit card, you swipe it, and your bank account drops to zero. You used your own money. But if you use a credit card, you swipe it, and your bank account stays the same. You still get the phone, but now you owe $1,000 to the bank that issued your credit card. This is the key part. You have to pay that money back within a certain period of time. Usually, that is about 25 to 30 days. If you pay it back in full within that period, you pay zero interest. It is like a free loan. If you do not pay it back in full, the bank charges you interest. That is how they make money, and your credit card comes with something called a credit limit. That is the maximum amount the bank is willing to lend you. Some people get $500, some get $5,000, some get $50,000. The more responsible you are, the higher your limit grows. Sounds like a pretty good deal, right? You get a free loan, you get rewards, and as long as you pay on time, you never pay a penny in interest. That is exactly where the trap begins. Why banks want you to carry a balance. Now, let us get straight to the question everyone is asking. Why do banks actually want you to carry a balance? What is in it for them? The answer is simple. Interest income. It is pure, predictable, and massively profitable. When you carry a balance from month to month, the bank charges you interest on that balance. The average credit card interest rate in 2025 is over 20%. That is not a loan. That is a financial anchor. Here is the math. Let us say you have $5,000 in credit card debt. At 20% interest, you are paying $1,000 a year, just in interest. That is $1,000 of pure profit for the bank. And that is just one customer. Multiply that by millions of customers carrying balances, and you are talking about hundreds of billions of dollars in annual interest income. The banks are not just making money from your interest, they are making money from your minimum payment trap. Your credit card bill shows two numbers, the full balance and the much smaller minimum payment. If you owe $1,000, the minimum might be just $25. The bank knows that most people will look at those numbers and choose the small one. They will pay $25 and carry the remaining $975 forward. And what happens to that $975? It gets hit with interest. The interest compounds. The debt grows. The bank gets richer. This is not an accident. This is by design. The minimum payment is not designed to help you pay off your debt. It is designed to keep you in debt. It is designed to maximize the interest the bank collects. And here is another reason banks want you to carry a balance. Swipe fees. Every time you use your credit card, the merchant pays a fee, usually 2% to 4% of the transaction. That fee goes to the bank. If you are swiping your card constantly, the bank is collecting those fees constantly. But here is the kicker. The banks make the most money from customers who carry balances and pay interest. The rewards are just bait to get you to swipe more. How to use a credit card correctly. So after all this, you might be thinking, are credit cards just evil? Should I just cut mine up and never use one again? And the answer is no. Credit cards are not evil, they are tools. And like any tool, they can be used for good or for harm. The rich use credit cards, but they use them differently. The rich use credit cards to benefit themselves. They use them for the rewards, but they never carry a balance. They pay in full every single month. They collect the points, and they never pay a penny in interest. The poor and middle class use credit cards to spend more than they have. They carry balances, they pay interest, they fund the rewards for the rich. So here is how you win the game. Rule number 1. Only use your credit card for things you would buy anyway. Do not use it as an excuse to spend more. Use it as a replacement for cash, not as a license to overspend. Rule number 2. Always pay your full balance before the due date. Never carry a balance. Never pay interest. Interest is the enemy. It is how the banks make their billions. Rule number 3. If you cannot trust yourself with a credit card, do not get one. It is better to have no credit card than to be trapped in debt. Rule number 4. Consider starting with a no annual fee credit card. It may not have all the flashy perks, but it is more than enough for most people. Credit cards are not rocket science. You just need to know how to use them properly. So, in conclusion, now you know the truth. Your bank wants you to carry a credit card balance, not because they want to help you, not because they want to give you free flights, not because they are generous. They want you to carry a balance because it makes them billions of dollars in interest payments. They want you to carry a balance because the swipe fees from your spending add up to massive profits. They want you to carry a balance because the system is rigged in their favor. The rewards are bait. The minimum payment is a trap. The credit score is a control mechanism. But here is the empowering truth. You can beat the system. You can use credit cards without being used by them. You just have to stay in control. Always pay your balance in full. Never spend more than you can afford. Treat the credit card like cash, not like free money. And if you cannot control your spending, do not get one. Because at the end of the day, the banks are counting on you to slip up. They are counting on you to make that minimum payment. They are counting on you to carry that balance. Do not give them the satisfaction. If this video gave you a new perspective on credit cards, drop a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe to the channel for more content that exposes the truth about money, finance, and the systems that control your life. And comment below. Have you ever carried a credit card balance? What was your experience? I read every single one. Until next time, stay in control, stay informed, and never let the system win.